What if I told you you're not lacking courage? You're just waiting for it to feel different. Most people think courage shows up like confidence, clear, strong, ready. But real courage, it feels like doubt. It feels like hesitation. It feels like your heart racing while your mind whispers, maybe not today. And that's exactly why so many people stay stuck, because they're waiting to feel ready before they act. They're waiting for fear to disappear before they move forward. But here's the truth most people never realize. Courage doesn't come before the action. It's created inside it. And once you truly understand this, you stop waiting and you start moving. In this video, we're going to break down what courage really is, why you've been misunderstanding it this whole time, and how to start building it immediately, even if you feel scared, uncertain, or completely unprepared. And by the end of this video, you'll see fear differently. You'll understand how to move with it instead of being controlled by it. Let me ask you something. Have you ever had a moment where you knew exactly what you wanted to do, but something inside you just froze? You had the idea, you had the opportunity, you even had the desire, but when it came time to act, you hesitated. Maybe it was speaking up in a room full of people. Maybe it was starting something you've been thinking about for months or years. Maybe it was leaving something behind that no longer felt right. You didn't lack clarity. You lacked movement. Why? Because fear showed up, and you interpreted that fear as a stop sign. But what if fear isn't a stop sign? What if it's a signal? A signal that you're stepping into something that matters. And this is where everything starts to change. Fear is not the opposite of courage. It's the gateway to it. Think about it. If something feels completely safe, predictable, and comfortable, you don't need courage to do it. You just do it. Courage only becomes necessary when something feels uncertain, when there's risk, when there's a potential loss, when there's a chance things might not go your way. So the presence of fear isn't proof that you should stop. It's proof that what you're about to do matters. Now here's the part most people don't talk about. Courage doesn't feel like a leap. It feels like resistance. We tend to imagine courage as these big, dramatic, life-changing moves. Quitting your job overnight, starting a business from scratch, changing everything in one bold decision. But real courage, it's quiet, it's subtle. It's choosing to take a small step while everything inside you is telling you to stay where you are. It's sending that message you've been overthinking. It's having that uncomfortable conversation. It's showing up one more time when it would be easier not to. And because it's small, because it doesn't look impressive, people underestimate it. But those small moments, they compound, they stack, they shape who you become. Let me tell you something most people learn the hard way. Waiting makes fear stronger. When you delay action, your mind fills the gap. It starts imagining worst-case scenarios. It exaggerates risk. It convinces you that the step you're about to take is bigger than it really is. And the longer you wait, the heavier it feels, until eventually you don't move at all. But here's what's interesting. The moment you take action, even a small one, that fear, it starts to shrink. Not because the situation changed, but because you did. Now let's make this practical. How do you actually build courage in real life? Not in theory, but in your everyday decisions. 1. Stop waiting to feel ready. This is one of the biggest traps. People believe that one day they'll wake up feeling confident, certain, and prepared, and then they'll finally take action. But that day rarely comes, because readiness isn't something you feel first, it's something you develop through action. So instead of asking yourself, do I feel ready? Ask yourself, am I willing to begin even if I'm not? That question removes the illusion and puts you back in control. 2. Shrink the moment. Big decisions create big fear, so stop thinking in terms of, I need to change my entire life. Instead, ask, what's the smallest possible step I can take right now? Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Make it so small that it feels almost too easy, because small steps build momentum, and momentum builds courage. 3. Take action before your mind talks you out of it. There's a small window between impulse and doubt, and that window matters because once your mind starts overanalyzing, it becomes harder to act. So when you feel that instinct, that pull to do something, move quickly. Don't give fear time to grow. Even a small action is better than waiting for the perfect one. 4. Redefine failure. A lot of fear comes from one question: what if I fail? But what if failure isn't something to avoid? What if it's something to use? Every attempt gives you feedback. Every experience gives you clarity. Every mistake teaches you something you couldn't learn otherwise. So instead of asking, what if I fail? Ask, what will this teach me? Because when learning becomes the goal, fear loses its power. Now, let's go deeper, because this isn't just about courage, it's about trust. Most people don't struggle with courage, they struggle with trusting themselves, trusting that they can handle uncertainty, trusting that they can recover if things go wrong, trusting that they can figure things out along the way. And without that trust, every decision feels heavier, every risk feels bigger. But here's the good news. Self-trust is built the same way as courage, through action. Every time you do something you said you would do, you build trust. Every time you face something uncomfortable, you build trust. Every time you choose growth over comfort, you build trust. And over time, that trust becomes confidence. Not loud confidence, not fake confidence, but quiet, steady confidence that says, I don't need everything to be perfect. I just need to keep moving. So let me ask you something again. What's something you've been avoiding? Not because you don't want it, but because it scares you. Hold that thought, because this next part matters. Avoidance feels safe in the moment, but it costs you in the long run. It costs you opportunities. It costs you growth. It costs you the life you could have built. And the longer you avoid something, the more power it has over you. But the moment you face it, even imperfectly, that power starts to break. So, if you've been waiting for the perfect time, for the perfect mindset, for the fear to disappear, you can stop waiting, because that's not how courage works. Courage chooses to act while your voice shakes. Courage takes a step when you're unsure of the outcome. Courage moves forward without needing guarantees. And here's the most important part. You don't need a massive breakthrough. You don't need to change everything overnight. You just need one moment, one decision, one small step in the direction you've been avoiding. Because that one step creates the next, and the next, and the next. And one day, you'll look back and realize the life you wanted, the confidence you were chasing, the person you hoped to become, was built in those small, quiet moments when you chose courage instead of comfort. So here's what I want you to remember. Courage doesn't come before action. It grows through it. You don't need to feel ready. You just need to be willing to start. And small steps are more powerful than you think. If this video spoke to you, take a second to hit the like button. It really helps more people see this message. And I want to hear from you. What's one thing in your life right now that requires courage? Drop it in the comments. And if you're ready to start showing up differently, make sure you subscribe for more real, honest motivation like this. I'll see you in the next video.